The mid-1950s for the BYU football program were one of absolute struggle. 1955 in particular was a very difficult year for the BYU football program. Welcome back to the ranking of 100 seasons of BYU football. I am Jake Hatch, host of Locked On Cougars. And 1955, as I mentioned, was an absolute struggle bus for Chick Atkinson as he finished up his tenure as BYU football head coach. He had been at the helm of the BYU football program for 7 seasons, trying to get it off the ground, but did not really find much success. He ended up with an overall record of 18-49-3 before he hung it up and took a job in the private sector. BYU's offense failed to produce for the second straight year in 1955, scoring just 104 total points on the year as compared to 300 points scored by their opponents. That's 30-10 on average over the 10 games BYU played. As a result, BYU had a 1-9 record, finishing dead last in the Skyline Conference. Despite those struggles all season long, 3 players received all-conference recognition. Offensive guard Jay Wiening was second-team all-conference, while you also saw Phil Euler and Dick Felt named honorable mention all-conference. Dick Felt's name should sound familiar as he went on to be a longtime head coach and associate head coach for BYU football as he worked under both Tommy Hudspeth and the great Lavelle Edwards. Other notable names from that team included Famika Anai, the father of former BYU lineman and offensive coordinator Robert Anai, as well as the grandfather of his namesake Famika, who played for BYU as an offensive lineman in the independent era in the 2010s. Left half Gary Crowton was the uncle of future BYU assistant basketball coach Tim Lacombe, and assistant coach Dave Crowton was the grandfather of future BYU football head coach Gary Crowton. Check back tomorrow as you look at one season before this, 1954, when the struggles also caught up with Chick Atkinson and the Cougars. Make sure you join us every single day on your daily podcast for the BYU Cougars, the Locked On Cougars podcast.